Welcome to Man Talk 133, where men unite. What's up, my boy?
Hey, what's going on, bro? Ham? What's happening?
Ain't nothing to it. Hey, man, y'all like, comment, subscribe, share, whatever y'all got to do to get the word out. And hey, bro, I got
That's
one
right.
today that you
What we
know,
got?
I kind of know some of the reasons
Hmm.
why, but I want to run it by
Right.
you so we can talk about, had a discussion, maybe help some people out. Why youth don't
Right.
attend church? Why don't the young people go to church?
Oh man, that's a good one right there. That's a
Yeah,
good one right
man.
there.
Yeah, my top thing that came to me, that you can tell me what yours is. I think it's
Hmm.
lack of, I think it's lack of motivation. Meaning
Okay.
that because they ain't motivated, or they don't think they really need God or need to go
Right.
to church. They don't feel like it's important enough, so they basically don't have a connection,
Right.
to the church or to the people in the church.
Right. You right. And then too, though I look at it like this too. Um, I think it's they don't have nothing to do a lot
Yeah.
of times. You know what I'm saying? They go in
Uh-huh.
and and it's like the same old boring sermon or whatever, you know what I'm
Yep.
saying? And it's like they ain't some churches don't want to have don't want to have the kids active.
Exactly. That's another
So
thing I was thinking about too,
yeah,
man. They don't have
yeah.
nothing
So
for
they
them to
feel
do.
so they feel like, hey, I ain't coming. But I agree with
Exactly.
you on that. I agree with you. Right. I agree with you on your first point though,
Yeah.
because that is true. That's probably one of the main players, key players in that situation. Cause like I said, they ain't connected. And then,
No,
like they feel like, hey man, I'm gonna sleep in, man. Yeah, hey, I stay up all night Saturday. I'm
they ain't
sleeping in
motivated.
on Sunday.
They ain't
Yeah, they ain't
motivated.
motivated.
And then
Yep.
when they do go to church, man, they judge them so harshly, bro. Like,
Yep.
they may smoke, a little bit of, whatever, and they may drink.
Right.
And they come to church, and when they
Hmm.
get there, they like judge on a higher clip than
Right.
they would be if it's the leader that do something. Because you can take a person
Hmm.
that a young person that smoke and
Hmm.
drink, whatever, they'll crucify him. They'll write a whole series about him at church, the pastor. But then
Right.
when the pastor get caught up in something, he out there fornicating, lying, stealing, or whatever, and we sweep that on the rug. And they
Yeah.
see that, and it confuse them. Like, okay, well, why am I so crucified for what I'm doing? Now, I know the pastor doing whatever,
Right.
and want nobody to hold them accountable.
See, that's some super
Let me
saints.
say it like this: some
Yeah.
pastors, not all y'all.
Right.
So don't.
Right. And see, that's them super saints. That's what we call them
Yeah.
super saints that's judging the kids because hey, they may be 65 or 70 or whatever, but
Mm-hmm.
somebody knew you 66 years ago or
Exactly.
64 years
And
ago.
that
You know what I'm
one the
saying?
thing I said
You know
too.
what I'm saying? Like, they did their time in the world and now they come in, they
Mm.
super saved and they looking at
Yeah,
you like, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying?
They looking at you
Yeah.
like you don't forget.
Yeah.
We used to do stuff back in the day too now.
Right. Yo,
So
yeah.
they see it that young people see it as unfair, but you and I know as Christians, it's
Right.
being a hypocrite. That's
Yep.
exactly what it is. You can't tell me
Hmm.
it's being hypocritical. You can't tell me that what I done was worse than what he done. And y'all preaching
Right.
to me, the times that I do come, y'all preaching down on me, telling that this ain't right, that ain't right. When
Hmm.
I just saw old buddy, you know what I'm saying? Like around the corner doing some stuff, you know. I mean,
Right.
at so and so house that I
Hmm.
frequent all the time. So I know he over there
Right.
doing some dirt.
Yep.
And then you can't tell on the pastor because they ain't gonna. You really think they're gonna believe you over the pastor with your smoking self and your drinking self?
No.
Not of our
Right.
holy pastor. Are you crazy? Let me stop. Let me stop.
But you absolutely right though, man. And cause like you said, um, like we did some stuff,
Yeah,
but the good thing about us is we knew how to, like, even though we did in the past growing up,
yeah, yeah.
see me and you, we knew how to adapt and and
Yeah,
evolve.
exactly.
Like with the kids that we got,
Yep.
today. So we kind of know, we don't look at them like we ain't judging them like that because we know we was
Yeah.
terrible as all get out. You know what I'm saying?
Boy,
Hey, we drank
Minnesota
it
Wrecking
all.
Crew.
Right. So that's why I said, like, of course, like I always said, our pastor, with our church, that's why we bring our kids along the way we do. You know what I'm saying? They come in, man, we wrap them up, hug them up or whatever. We
Yeah.
always encourage them because, we always tell them we know how it is out there.
You get
You
beat
know.
up enough, they get beat up enough at school, bullies, and the teachers
Mm-hmm.
ain't teaching them, and then when they don't teach them, and then they get a bad grade, they still blame the
Yeah.
student. Now they got to
Yep.
take that, and then another thing,
Mm-hmm.
in church, we talked a little bit about this last week on the
Mm-hmm.
Dress for Success.
Mm-hmm.
Dressing a certain way. When they
Right.
come into church, they got jeans and t-shirts.
Right.
They look at them a certain way when they hit the door, like, hey, bro, hey, I need you, hey, come on now. You
Right.
can't do no
And
better than
see,
that for the pastor. Let me
that's
stop
the
now.
attire. You know what I'm saying? That's the normal attire now.
It really
You
is,
know,
man.
jeans and a polo or some kind of shirt or either some khakis or whatever. And then once
Mm-hmm.
they get in,
Yeah.
and they get the flow of it, they'll change. You know what I'm saying? When they,
But
they'll come around.
this is what confused them though. What confused them is that when you talk about my t-shirt and my jeans
Mm-hmm.
and all of this, and then you got, boy, I hate to put them out here, dog.
Go ahead, dog. Do
But
it.
then you got the first lady, bro, got to dress so tight, dog, that she can't sit down in it. And they're like,
Right.
well, y'all gonna talk about my jeans and t-shirt, but first lady got a dress on like she just left the club. Like, ain't
Right.
nobody gonna say nothing about that.
Right. You
I
right.
mean, or any leader that get up there and speak and they dress so
Mm-hmm.
tight that ain't nothing, it's all there.
Yeah.
Everybody like, bro, but you gonna say something
Yep.
about my jeans, t-shirt, and my Crocs.
Yep. You right.
I'm,
You
bro,
exactly actually right. Absolutely right.
I didn't want to have.
Um.
The only thing they'll say to the first lady is like, "You look sharp today, first lady,"
Mm-hmm.
knowing full
Yeah.
well, knowing full well it's too tight, dog. Some stuff just ain't meant for to be up there when you get. I don't care if you with your husband or not. Y'all can
Right.
do that if y'all go out on the streets and go hang out, do whatever y'all
Mm-hmm.
do. But if you getting up there on the pulpit and y'all preaching a
Mm-hmm.
message together,
Mm-hmm.
and you just a little too tight, dog. You know
Mm-hmm.
who I blame? I blame him. Cause he ought to
Yeah.
be like, hold on now, like I mean, that for us now. They ain't for the
Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And see I'll tell you another thing too that turn them off too. Now I don't
uh-huh.
know how this is how we do it. So I don't
Uh-huh.
know how a lot of churches do it, whether y'all do it or not or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But with our youth, especially our
Mm-hmm.
babies,
Man.
everybody come in our sanctuary, right? You know what
Uh-huh.
I'm saying? Like now if a baby is crying,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
our parents, they do have the respect to get up and go in the back.
And go, yeah, there you
You
go.
know what I'm saying? But like if a baby, like we singing or whatever, whatever, and the baby trying to sing or the pastor be preaching, and the baby might say something, like a baby might say something. My pastor
Mm-hmm.
be like, "That's right, baby. That's what I'm talking about."
Yeah.
But
Let them
yeah,
preach.
but if you go to some churches
Yeah.
in the area,
They
hey,
ain't
they they
playing.
they kick they kick the kids out. It's some churches in this area, they don't even have the kids in the sanctuary.
Hey,
They
bro,
put them in another room. So that
you're
could be
right.
another reason.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Because if you're a young person and you had a
Mm-hmm.
young kid out of wedlock, they really gonna crucify you for that.
Right. Yeah, you're right.
I'm
You're
trying to
right.
tell you, they really gonna get you
It,
for that. And if your parents are one of the leaders in the church,
mm-hmm.
they really don't want you there because down they looking at you like, hey, bro, that's your daughter that had that baby out of wedlock. You don't need to be
And
up here
see,
preaching, bro.
and see,
You
we
know,
don't need, we don't even get down like that. You know what I'm
right,
saying?
man. It's
Like,
sad.
hey, real tell you in a minute. Hey, hey, the babies, they could wait when they get here. Hey, we ain't got no control of how they got here.
Exactly. They here now. So what we gonna
Right,
do?
right. Just
They
adapt and overcome.
That's it, man. But
You know.
like I said, when young kids are, and they think young kids are they think they dumb. Young kids are very intelligent. You made a good point in the
Mm-hmm.
beginning. If you don't have them active, hey,
Right.
old
Mm-hmm.
people, let them young kids play the drums and the
Right.
guitar. Y'all teach them how to do it. That way you
Yep.
can have a Sunday to sit there with your wife if you want to. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? You let them take over. We having you take over, whatever y'all want to call it, and then let
Mm-hmm.
them play, let them, whatever. But they
Yep.
won't do it. They won't give it up, dog. They will not give it up. And I don't understand it, but they won't give it up.
Because that's
That's
what,
the
like I
reason why
said, that's
church
what
is
we do.
empty right now.
Yep. See, that's what we do. Our kids, like I say, they take up the money
Yeah.
along
Yeah.
with along with the deacons. There always be two of us up front with them. We hold them
Uh-huh.
like we got a little bitty baby, man. She like, I think she like three, two and a
Uh-huh.
half, maybe three.
Mm-hmm.
And she come up, she want to come up all the time with us. So the last couple of weeks, 2-3
Mm-hmm.
weeks, I've been having her come up. She'll come up, she'll hold a little money
Oh,
basket.
yeah, that's what's up,
Yeah,
man.
and she's like three, and she love it every Sunday. She look forward to it. So we start them off early. She want to come up. Hey, we let her come on up. Come
Yeah.
on up, stand with us.
Yeah.
Yep. So
And leaders, y'all gotta take note. If it's your church and you are the pastor and or you somebody in leadership, y'all gotta start taking notice at that, man.
right.
When the young people start leaving, and when you heard them start saying stuff like, "Could you at until you get 18, they
Mm-hmm.
make you come to church. They be like, hey, if you staying in my house, you coming to
Yeah,
church."
you got
And
to
that,
get up.
and there's another thing too why they be like, hey, which is gonna lead to my next point is that, hey, I'm going to a church where I don't want to be there. They ain't let me do
Mm-hmm.
nothing, and the word ain't relatable. The
Right.
way the leader is teaching, the way he's bringing forth, it ain't relatable to them. They can't grasp what you saying, like, cause you get
Mm-hmm.
two scriptures and you holler all the rest of the time.
Right.
Wiping sweat and hollering and wiping sweat, and they just like I don't like what I supposed to do with this. I got like I know John 3:16. I've been hearing that all my life. And then you
Mm-hmm.
just holler for 20, 30, 40, 50 minutes, then you get out the little fad music and everybody's out getting up, jumping around, dancing. And that ain't
Right.
relatable to them, bro. I'm just
Right.
saying, you
And
know?
I tell you another thing too. What you said too, as far as like when you 18,
Yeah.
you come under 18, you come into church. And
Yeah.
see, that's another thing that we do too. That like the elderly people got to realize too, and that's
Uh-huh.
what we have learned to adapt on that too.
You
Like
got to, bro.
when they get 18 and
You got to.
some of them, probably still in high school too, like
Mm-hmm.
17ish, 18ish, or whatever. They probably ain't gonna come every Sunday
Right.
because it is what it is, like
Is
college
what it
students or
is.
just out
Yeah.
of school. And
Exactly.
cause we did the same thing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then eventually through the years, you're gonna eventually, cause we already
Mm-hmm.
put that spiritual foundation
Yeah.
down on them when they was young. Once they, they're gonna walk, they're gonna grow away from the church. It is what it is. They're gonna grow away from the church for a while.
Yeah. And they're gonna come
Like
back.
we did, and then you're
Yeah.
gonna come back full circle. Once they get a little
Exactly.
older, they're gonna come back. So in
Yeah.
that process, in between that process, what the super saints got to realize that you can't put that pressure on them like that, and try to,
Can't do it.
you pushing them all the way away from the church.
Yeah, cause you with your judging self, which you ain't supposed to
Yeah.
do. They said,
Mm-hmm.
judge not lest ye be judged. With your
Right.
condemning self, does it there's no
Yep.
condemnation. And you all these other things y'all got that y'all that y'all do. I don't know if y'all know it or not, because you getting one scripture or two scriptures per
Mm-hmm.
Sunday, and you running and
Mm-hmm.
hollering through the church the rest of it, you ain't learned nothing. So
Right.
that's what made me say this. Like they may not find the Bible as being relatable only because of the way the leader is teaching it. Because you can take Bibles, you can take, just like for example, Joshua chapter 6. Let's talk about the walls of Jericho, right? They may sit up there and get it, read it line for line for line for line. My whole take on it, I will come in a perspective like in regards to following instruction. Who like to follow instruction? Who everybody probably gonna raise their hand. Then you go through it step by step, and you say, well, this is what they did. The Lord gave Joshua this instruction. He did this. I ain't y'all saints. It's Joshua chapter 6. Go read it. I'm not gonna go through the whole thing, but I'm gonna give you the basis of it. Like the first day, they went around the city one time, came out to the camp. They did it for 6 times. Now, if you don't show them in the last part where it says on the 7th day, they ran around the wall 7 times instead of the 1 time, you'll think they only went around the wall 7 times, but they actually went around the wall 13 times.
Right.
But if they don't know that and you ain't breaking it down to them, then they're gonna be like, you know, then they're gonna understand, well, why stuff ain't working in my life like it did in Joshua. I'm frustrated. Well, the instruction ain't right. If you don't get clear, right instructions and follow it, ain't nothing gonna work. You go try to put a table together and read the instructions wrong. And set a cup of red Kool-Aid on.
You say you're gonna be struggling with.
Yeah, I'm just gonna be all over the floor. Bruh, that's all I'm saying. You can't just get up and say, hey, you know, we went around Jericho 7 times. We're gonna go around the church 7 times and everything gonna fall. I understand what you're saying, but that ain't the complete instruction of what they did. There's certain other things that they had to do before they did that. And then the 7th time they blew the trumpet and all the other stuff happened. So you can't just, if you tell a young person that, they're gonna be sitting there like, so all I gotta do is go around this 7 times and I'm gonna get, that ain't all the instructions. So y'all gotta be careful when y'all just saying stuff that don't, you know, that without giving full instruction. That's all I'm saying.
Right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Good?
Oh yeah, we're good on that.
Okay, yeah. So I'm just saying, so leaders, y'all gotta do a better job at teaching the young folks. Like I was talking to Jordan last night, and he 21, right?
Right.
So I was like, you know, Keisha was saying, hey, you're relatable to everybody. So I'm at the you know, at the Walmart, and I'm talking to this young man putting the grocery in the car. We start talking, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And she said, you can just talk to anybody. I said, well, you gotta be, one, you gotta be relatable. I can't come and say, hey, bro, hey man, appreciate you put my grocery in the truck and all that. Hey, you know Jesus? Well, you can't do it like that.
You can't do that. We say, hey, you got to sprinkle a little bit on them first.
Yeah, you got to soften them up. You just can't. Tenderize them, Doc.
Yeah, because like they say, man, you know, if they straddling the fence and you come in with that, you just come out and give that praise God or whatever, they're going to jump right on over
to the other side.
Right on over the fence.
That's the same stuff I just got away from. You know what I'm saying? I just left this because somebody did the same exact thing at my church.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They like, look, bro, you know, praise God. Hallelujah. Bro, I listen, everybody got their way of evangelizing. That's their way. Ain't my way. My way, you got to get to know the person first. Just because you put grocery in my car, that don't mean I know you. Enough
once
that, you know.
Yeah, once they normalize church, like for the super saints out there, you know, don't get me for this, but I'm just saying, once they normalize church, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times they make it, the super saints make it so
religious and tradition.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like it's just you know, when you see that person, they always praising the Lord, praise God, this and this, whatever. Like it make you go to the left. You just go like,
how you doing? Blessed, highly favored.
Yeah, you don't even want to be around that. Just
You know, not
simplify
all the
church.
time, bro. Just
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's some people that's like that though.
give them a
And
break.
and like you said, you can't come at people like that.
You can't do it. You
You know what I'm
cannot.
saying?
I don't care who you are. You will not be successful like that. You will not be
Right.
successful preaching old school, old timing words,
Yep.
bro. It's not. You're not going to catch young people if they come. You
Mm-mm.
may have them once, maybe twice, and they come to the
Mm-hmm.
church, and you're not playing the right music.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
They out of
You're
here.
right.
You can put
Yep.
on some Lee Williams if you want to. They might, I ain't talking about your league because you had your time. I'm just saying
Right.
right now. This
we say we say you had your time.
you had your time, Lee, but
Yeah,
right
that's right.
now you can't put that on and think that the
Right.
young folk gonna be sitting in the church grooving. They not, bro. It's just not that way we
Mm-hmm.
are in church right now. And since COVID happened, a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I told
Oh yeah.
I was telling Keisha, I believe, I was telling somebody else, I was like, listen, since COVID, church ain't never gonna be the same ever again.
Pastor has said that does too. The same
It's
thing.
never gonna you can leave Lee Williams out of it.
Yep.
You can listen to it on your personal time,
Right.
but on inside the church, it may be a time like you may have a guest speaker that may be his favorite song.
Right.
Or
Yeah.
you may have to, adjust to him. But every Sunday we got some Lee Williams, we got some, the burden lifters, and
Right. And some people, I mean, so let me put it this way: some churches,
Mhm.
even after that COVID, like a lot of churches now don't even have choirs no more.
Yeah,
Some of them, some still do. It
yeah,
may be still
yeah,
some people, that sing or whatever, but they probably
hmm
have a keyboardist or something, playing the music in the background
yeah,
or whatever, instrumental.
yeah.
But a lot of places there, man, they don't even have choirs like that no more. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I'm
After
telling you, they don't.
that
They
COVID
don't.
changed a lot of stuff, man.
It did. It
A
did.
lot of
And
people ain't been. A lot of people haven't even been back in their churches either. They lost their
no,
churches.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. You know why? Because a lot of people they built their church on old people.
Yep.
That was their foundation. Instead of just saying, hey, we're gonna start transitioning. I know you're gonna be the head usher, but I just need some young folk for you start training them because you
Boy.
75.
Right.
I ain't taking the title head usher away from you.
Boy, you
I'm
better not
just
take that
saying,
name tag.
boy, Lord have mercy. You got to
And
fight
not
that.
yeah, not to cut you off. You better not take that Usher name tag.
You better not do it, dog. You got to fight. I'm trying to tell you that right now.
Right.
I've been doing this for 50 years, Pastor. And then you're gonna put these young folk in here and the young folk standing right there listening. Don't
Yep.
you think they're gonna turn them off and they're gonna be like, you know
They
what?
won't. Yeah, they won't be back
Yeah,
next
yeah,
week.
yeah, you can have it, dog. It's good. I'm good. I don't even want to. I don't want to. Do
This
you want to be the usher? Nope, I'm good.
the same thing with the secretary that does the announcements. You know where everybody got that one.
They got them, dog.
They got
Lord
that
have
one
mercy.
that's going like, hey, we listen, we doing announcements or it's just a sermon.
Right. No, they
Like,
got to have their 5 minutes of fame, doc. Every week. We know you can preach, but then when the pastor said, hey, Miss So and so, I need you to bring the word. Oh no, Pastor, I don't do that. I'm the secretary. But you want to get up here and preach though. And
right.
I'm just
Or if you know what to make them run the most.
what's that?
But they, like I said, they try to shine in that moment. But
Yeah.
like you said, the pastor say, like, bring word or let the pastor tell me we need you to preach. I mean, not
That's
preach,
what
but
I'm
pray.
saying. No, oh
Or we talking about pray.
no. Boy, stop. Don't do that to him. You see,
Oh,
I did my head like my man on Home Alone,
hey,
doc. Don't
hey, look, before service start, you be like, hey, listen, we might need you to pray this morning, do the altar call or whatever. Like, oh no, is brother so and so here? Cause I just can't do it this morning, like. But when you get the mic with the announcements, you all over the place.
I'm trying to tell you, doc. Just listen to people trying to evangelize, dog. Just have y'all like, if you got to practice on it, have you like a little elevator, you know, the little 2-3 minute thing, you know, whatever. You know, hey, bro, you know, you play basketball. It look like you play football or whatever. Just get your
Yep.
little thing going, stuff like that. Talk to them or whatever. Man, you go to church. I
Yep.
was going, man. You know, I don't really, you know. Well, look, how about this, man? No pressure, nothing like that. But you know, come give us a try, man, over at so and so and so and so. All
Right.
right, bro. And then they may come in there and they may love it. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? But you right off the dribble, hey,
Right.
here go our fly of our church. We got services every Sunday, and they gonna be like,
Yep.
first thing they're gonna do is take it and throw it in the trash. Soon you're not relatable. You're
Right.
not connecting with them, and that's the same thing parents got to do too with their kids. You gotta, they ain't relating, dog. They ain't clicking. That's why they don't want to go to church.
Yep. And that's why I tell all the young guys, like we got a few deacons that's younger,
Y'all got a nice
that's up
core
on,
though.
yeah, that's younger up under us and stuff like that. And what I always tell them guys, even the young boys that be in the congregation, like maybe in middle school, high school, or whatever like that, I always tell them, like, listen, I know y'all ain't gonna come to church every Sunday, but don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. We got it. We're gonna stand in the gap. You know, we know you ain't gonna
Yeah,
come every Sunday. I tell them because before I started coming to church, I won't come in every Sunday.
absolutely not.
So now I'm looking at y'all like, I know y'all ain't gonna come every week. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that makes them come, they come more.
Even more. And then when you give them responsibility
Right.
and they come
Right.
in, they like, you know, they feel a part of something, you know,
Right.
a pastor's, you know, he started delegating. You as a head
Yep.
of deacon chair, you
Yep.
start delegating. Hey, like, man, I
Mm-hmm.
know, hey, bro, I just need you this week. I need you to pray. It ain't gotta be a
Right.
long one, but I just need you to just
Right.
pray real quick,
Yep.
boom, 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 and then keep it pushing. But the
Mm-hmm.
problem is you got the older deacons, they want to get in there and talk about how they got blessed with a 12 pack of Coca-Cola last week. And you know, I opened up my
Yeah.
mailbox and it was this in there, praise the Lord. And then when I opened up my car, I thought I didn't have but a quarter of a tank and it was a half a tank. I'm like, come on, dog. Like,
Yeah, you right. You right. You absolutely right.
man, we got to stop that stuff, dog. And because, like, that's why they leaving church at a higher clip than
Mm-hmm.
usual. Because for one, it ain't relatable. They can't just come in and be themselves.
Mm-hmm. And
They
see
got to
where
be. Go ahead. Are you
right.
good? Go
Oh
ahead.
no, because I was saying where I fall in the lineup at.
Mm-hmm.
See where I fall in the lineup at. See, I can relate to the
Mm-hmm.
older guys.
Me too.
I'm in the middle.
Me too. Yeah, kind of in the
The
middle.
older
Yeah.
guys, and then the young. I can step over here the young guys too.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying. So that's where I fall in the lineup at. So I'm pretty good. Where I'm at. So and I
Yeah.
can and then like I said, I can relate to everybody. I know
You.
who I know, like you said, you got to kind
Mm-hmm.
of know your guys,
You
like
got
what
to
makes
know
one
them,
tick.
dog.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You know what you can say to this one, like, talk to them, whatever, lift them up or whatever.
Yeah.
They feel good about themselves or whatever. Then there's some guys you just gotta, like some like couple, maybe an older guy, or something, you kind of got to let the temperature rise on them a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I'm
You got
saying?
you just gotta let them. You know, sometimes you bring them in
Yeah,
church, man, and like,
yeah.
and you just give them just all they need is a little bit of like
Mm-hmm.
affirmation and
Right.
responsibility. Hey, bro,
Yep.
each week I need you to come in and take the trash. Now, if you take the trash out,
Mm-hmm.
now if they feel responsible enough to give them a key to the front
Right.
door.
Oh yeah.
Oh, we cooking with some grease now, boy. Hey, baby, they gave me a
Yeah.
key to the church, boy. Hey, I'm all right now.
Right.
They
Right.
Pastor that gave
Yep.
me a key, girl. You see what I'm saying? That's what he wanted to meet me about. And they motivated to kind of keep
Yep.
going. Even the young folk, hey, so and so gonna train me on the piano or the guitar,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever, the drums. And I've been wanting
Right.
to play them for a long time. He said, be here every Sunday morning at 9. They there at
Yeah.
8:45. Because
Right.
hey,
That's right.
eventually you gonna end up play. Hey, he tell them straight up, hey, you want to learn the drum? Yeah, it's dedication. Can you be
Yep.
here at least 2 Sundays a month, 8 at 9 o'clock. I can, because eventually, once you get good enough, I'm gonna let you play.
Oh, you're gonna let you play, yeah. So, like you said, you can have your time off.
You see how smooth we made that sound, dog. I ain't trying to toot our own horn though, bro. I'm just see how we
Right.
smooth we made that sound. Like, why
Yeah.
can't other people do that, dog? Like,
Yeah.
they'd be like, you know what? I could, you know what? I'll be here
Pass the torch.
8:45.
Right.
I'll be here 8:45, sir. You sure you're gonna try? Yeah, I got you. I'll be here at
Mm-hmm.
9. I'm here every Sunday. You be here. And
Yep.
before you know it, that joker be there. He'll be there every Sunday, 8:45,
Mm-hmm.
because he got something to
Yep.
look forward to. If he come to church and he heard, you know, John 3:16 over and over and over, and you hear,
Yeah.
Psalms 91, the protection, Hebrews 11, faith, 1 Corinthians 13, the love chapter. If you're hearing all that over and over and over and over and over, and they're gonna be like, after a while, they're gonna be sitting back there, bro, like, I can't wait till this here over.
Yeah. About sleep.
About sleep
Like
or,
about
or on the
sleep.
phone like that. Seriously.
Yep.
They
You're
lose
right.
focus, man. They can't focus on that. So leaders, we ain't saying it to try to come on, get on y'all.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we are a little bit, because y'all gotta do
Right.
better. If your church is shrinking because y'all unwilling to train the young people,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we talking about y'all. That's a
Right. And the only
fact.
thing, like I said, the only thing it is man, it's just simplifying stuff. It
Simplify.
ain't
Yeah,
that
yeah,
hard, man. They still make it seem complicated.
yeah.
You know what I'm
It ain't
saying?
that
Like,
complicated, dog.
you got, like I said, when the kids walk in, the young folks walk in, you got
Mm-hmm.
the old stone face looking elderly, the old people. I ain't down to y'all, don't y'all
Oh
come at me, but
gosh.
it is what it is. They looking at you head to toe, what you got
Right.
on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You don't want to be scrutinized like that.
It feel
you
uncomfortable,
know,
dog.
like
And
you
then,
uncomfortable. You know,
yeah. And then on top of that, you ain't teaching me the word right. And you want to take
right,
all my money. Like, so why would I
right,
come back here? You didn't rob me 3 times, bro. You didn't look
right,
me up and down. You didn't rob me of my dignity. Now you didn't rob me of my pockets. You know what I'm saying?
right,
They just like, and you rob me of my time, dog. I just don't want to come back. And the parents be
right.
like, when they hit a certain age, parents be like, well, let's give him one more shot. Pastor been like this ever since I was little. I'm
Mm-hmm.
out.
Right. Yeah.
I'm
You
just
exactly
saying,
right.
I'm out. I've been sitting on the bench for 20 years. The church up the street said they need some youth to come in and help do food drives and do all this other
Yep.
stuff. I'm out.
Yep.
Peace. I'm
That's
just
it.
telling you.
That's
Yes,
it, man. Exposure. You know what I'm saying? Feel like they're doing something for the community. You
exactly.
know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So, hey, so leaders, before we get out of here, leaders, y'all just get on it. Make sure y'all do what y'all supposed to do, man, to get these young
Mm-hmm.
folk in the church and to help them stay in the church. You got to get them in first,
Right.
and
Yep.
then for them to stay in the church. Whatever programs y'all got to put in place, whether it's basketball camps, whether it's
Right.
music camps, whether it's what, it don't matter. If say like for
Mm-hmm.
example, you might have like uh having ride ATVs or something, go kart,
Yep.
something. They try to
Yep.
get them into the church, and then like for example, across the street here, they got a church. I
Mm-hmm.
went there some time back. They got
Mm-hmm.
two full courts right in there,
Okay.
and before they start, they pray, and then about midway, because I think it's like 2 hours, about midway they'll stop,
Okay.
have a guy come preach. I mean, come teach, talk to the word, talk to the young men. Anybody got a prayer request, whatever, blah blah blah. Naturally, they
Uh-huh.
playing basketball. They most of them gonna say no, but
Right.
still they give them the opportunity. Then they let them play for another hour, and then they close the doors. But that
Cool.
parking lot be packed every Monday. You see
Man,
what I'm
that's cool
saying?
right there, man.
Every Monday it's packed. So just find different ways to be creative and all that good
Right.
stuff. So hey,
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
what you
you
got to
got
do
something
now.
else?
You
Oh
got
no,
to,
go ahead.
no, I'm just saying, that's what you got to do now, man. You got to be creative. You just can't be stagnant like we used to be. You just
You
go
gotta
in and
think out the box.
read some
Yeah.
scripts or straight down the page and
No,
That don't work. You know, it ain't
you
working
gotta
like
make
that
them.
no more.
You gotta make them think like
Yeah.
what's next. Have them on the edge of their seat. Like what's next? What he gonna talk
Yeah.
about next week? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like I want to know how you gonna end this, bro. Like it's kind of you gotta bring the Bible out like a movie, bro. Like so they can
Put
see
a
it.
Yeah,
You
put that
know.
story with it.
There you
Started off
go.
with a storyline. Yeah.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Hey, so before we get out of here, y'all like, comment, subscribe, share.
Right.
Hey, until next time, thanks for joining Man Talk 133. Till next time, we out.